Ladies and gentlemen, Shock and Door present three freedom rounds of amateur mixed martial arts action in the featherweight division, sponsored by Total Motive Factors. Hands in the red corner on the record 1 defeat, weighing in at 145.2 pounds, representing Andy Roberts BJJ in Farnham, Chris Heaney.
I'm alive right now, but know that death's coming. My rank survived that though, was just always running. No regrets, never was up the something. Sweat running like bullshit running. Tryna bring my liver like a whole like running. Feel it in my blood, suck until it's all coming. Find me in the whole house.
Chris Heaney makes his way down to the shock and awe cage, representing Andy Roberts BJJ. As we've mentioned before, Colin Ampey, fantastic grappling pedigree, obviously. Excellent team down there, not just in BJJ as well, they put out a lot of decent MMA fighters.
Yeah, the modern mixed martial artist may have a background in kickboxing or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but really, to be a good MMA fighter, you have to be well-rounded, and to have a good camp will make you a well-rounded fighter. So you can talk about the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but he's going to have he's going to have skills all over the place.
And please welcome his opponent fighting out of the blue corner with a record of 1 win, no defeats, weighing in at 143.4 pounds, representing Jimbo 1 hit postman, Alex Bodnar.
Alex Bodnar strolls down to the cage. So here comes the hot stepper. He's definitely winning entrance of the night thus far in my books. Obviously fighting out of your gym, Colin. What can you tell us about Alex?
Well, Alex has been training with Brian Adams in the MMA team for a while now. Really been training hard for this. I think he's going to employ the takedown techniques off of the cage if he can, maybe soften up with a few strikes. But what Brian works a lot on with a lot of the fighters, of course, is all-round abilities, but off the fence, the takedowns and the getting up and the wrestling off the fence. So we may see that.
Yeah, and of course around his weight, the likes of James Brum, who we'll see later tonight, can only help you if you can.
Referee in charge of the action, Rich Mitchell. This fight is sponsored by Total Motive Factors. Free freedom rounds.
£145 action about to get underway here. We have Chris Heaney in the black and grey bad boy shorts, taking on Alex Bodnar in the grey and white Venom shorts. I'm David Leatherby, alongside me, Colin Howes. And looks for the single straight away. Does the Andy Roberts BJJ fighter and gets it.
Yeah, Alex put his leg up. I don't know if he was going to throw a kick, but the speed of Chris came in, got the single leg, took him down straight away.
Doing well to get back to his feet though, Bodnar. Great work. Gives up another takedown though from that body clinch from Chris Heaney.
Yeah,
excuse me.
Yeah, sorry, David. The thing is, the one butterfly hook in, and then back to guard, and now he's got his back up against the fence. He needs to get off of there and watch out for those strikes.
Looking for the Kimura grip on this side. Flicking it out. Oh, big left hand there. I'm not sure exactly what connected. It's right in front of us, almost too close.
That was a big shot.
Yeah, these two going straight at it. He had a standing Kimura hold, did Chris Heaney for a second. Give it up, and Bodnar gave him a big throw and a beautiful throw, but then a transition. These two, both excellent grapplers, Colin.
Really nice scramble there from Alex to end up on top. He could have gone over there. Chris was taking him across using his momentum, but he managed to stay on top, so well done there.
Just a real example of how the scene's moved on in the UK when you've got two camps, such high-level grappling here, back and forth matches. The scrambles, both guys looking for submissions as he's thrown up, maybe looking for an armbar. Or the triangle.
Yeah, Alex needs to be careful here. Chris's guard looks very active, which makes it dangerous. So, you know, he has to watch out, make sure he's squaring up. He's moving him towards the fence and towards his corner, is Alex, so he can hear Coach Brian Adams very clearly.
Again, throwing up the high guard is Chris Heaney. And from the judge's point of view, that arm looks close, Colin. Oh, that looks brutal.
Very close, very close. He has to be careful here, really careful. Oh.
That looks on for me, that looks hyperextended. Wow. Is he turning the thumb over? Difficult to see that. That looked like a terrible position for me.
That didn't look good, no.
Wow.
I thought I was going to see a snap there.
They're an extremely tough guy. I don't know if he just managed to turn the thumb over and I couldn't see it because it looked like his arm was going to break. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Alex is one of these guys with rubber joints, I think.
Yeah, must be difficult to watch. I've been looking for a head and arm. And we mentioned earlier on about the judging in amateur MMA and how it's difficult to win off your back. For me, Colin, Chris Heaney has shown what you have to do to win a round off your back, because even when he wasn't throwing up the sub, he was using the overhooks, and Alex Bodnar wasn't really able to get any offense, even with the just standard body head. He wasn't able to do it, was he?
I wouldn't give that any other way. Yeah, you're right. Very active off his back. Really nice hips. You know, he got right underneath. He was using Alex's posture, because Alex's posture was quite far forward, so he was using that to his advantage, looking for the armbar. But how he got out of the armbar, I'm not sure, because it looked like it was going to snap.
Yeah, referee Rich Mitchell just gave me a look. I think it was that armbar, was what he said. We see extremely respected official keeping a close eye on it. And as you mentioned, Colin, I mean, you know, these guys have different joints and sometimes they get out of positions which you think are impossible, but he doesn't look fazed by it at all. But I mean, he's not held the arm. He didn't show any pain on his face. And he looks ready to go here in this round.
No, he looks fine. He looks ready to go for sure.
Second round underway here. As a reminder, Chris Heaney in the grey bad boy shorts. Bodnar in top position now in the white and blue Venom.
This one is back again. He did have some offense from there, so not necessarily a bad position for him.
Yeah, he's going to have got a lot of confidence from that first round.
Yeah. Alex looks like he's concentrating on trapping to strike, so he's going to try and trap an arm, put pressure on and strike from that position.
Yeah, of course, we see it so many times. Strikes just changing the dynamic of you know, what is a jiu-jitsu fight essentially on the floor. When you add in the strikes and you just have that little distraction, they don't necessarily have to hurt, but just keeping Chris Heaney and his mind busy. You know, if Bodnar can keep these little strikes going and just stop him from looking for those subs. But it's Heaney again looking to tie up his man.
Yeah, Alex using his head well, getting his head right into the chin. It makes it very difficult for you to turn your hips and use any angles. He's doing that really well. He does have to watch his posture though. He's a little bit, you see, Chris is very dangerous there. If you're too far forward, he will throw up those legs. And look at where we are now, you know. He fights back in the guard, but he needs to be careful.
Yeah, as you mentioned, very forward posture here. And with a guy with the hips of Chris Heaney, it's a very dangerous game to play. Andy Roberts screaming sweep now in the corner of Chris Heaney. He's got no base on this side, Alex Bodnar, but doing well to stay stacked up thus far.
Really hard for Chris to do the normal things he would do because of the fence. The fence is there. It's kind of stopping him from doing much of the good stuff, you know. But Nice little reversal there. Alex back into the position again.
Looking for rubber guard now. Chris Heaney, fantastic back and forth bout, and just proves that, you know, even at the amateur level in the UK, these fights can be pure grappling and still be extremely entertaining, because nearly the whole of this fight's been on the floor, but it's been great action.
Yeah, I really like to see an active guard. I mean, it's from a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu point of view, I really like to see it, because, you know, you don't want to just defend, you want to attack from that position if you can, and it can win you around. I mean, that first round, I'm pretty sure that Chris would have won that because of his offense.
Yeah, certainly. And then conversely, as this second round comes to an end, we perhaps see the other side of the coin and why it's so difficult to employ a guard game as a number one strategy, so to speak, because for me, and I should imagine the judges are probably looking at Bodnar taking that one, because although he didn't land a lot of offense, he wasn't really in any danger of subs in that round. So it's a very thin line, isn't it, Colin, between, you know, who's getting the upper hand on the floor in this one.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, the thing is, Alex, he seemed to control, you know, square up his hips.
Yeah.
He was in the right position. He wasn't really in any danger. However, his posture was a little far forward. I mean, that's not losing him the fight. It's just, yes, something he has to be careful of. Chris, still active, but when you're up against that fence, it cuts off a good percentage of your offense. So I think being stuck there for most of the round, didn't really help his cause. But both corners, I'm pretty sure, are going to be relaying this message to their fighters, and let's see what comes out now in this last round.
Yeah, last round, and possibly all to play for here. Could be 1 round apiece, as we always say. Extremely difficult to score from the commentary position. As referee Rich Mitchell calls the fighters in for the third and final. Wow! Massive front push kick to start. Maybe that's what he was looking for in the first round, Colin. You said he had his leg raised, and we wondered what it was for. He ended up giving up a single leg, but then the massive deep front push kick straight into the face of Chris Heaney. Wow, what a wake-up call.
Big shot, right in the face, that one. And now he's on top. It's a nice way to start. Nice way to start the round, you know. Judges will be looking at that.
Yeah, to his credit, though, Heaney busy with the guard straight away. Obviously doesn't look too rocked by it. Looking for this sort of rubber guard game.
Yeah, the only issue I have with the rubber guard sometimes is defensive position. Of course, there are loads of wonderful attacks from it, but in use in MMA, it seems to be more defensive to stop the striking. So that's not, you know, his strength, Chris, seemed to be his arm bars, seemed to be his triangles. You know, he wants to try and maybe go back to that, maybe get that shin on bicep guard that he had. It's like an open guard with one side, so that he can move into the triangle. But he needs to keep moving.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, Paul Rand can correct me if I'm wrong, Colin, but the rubber guard in terms of controlling that posture, as you mentioned before in the second round, Bodnar's posture is quite low down anyway. It's almost as if, you know, Heaney doesn't really need to lock him down there. He's almost down there of his own accord, Bodnar, at times. Now, I say that, though, he's posturing up and throwing some strikes now.
He needs to do this to score, definitely. He has to show the judges that he's in there to fight, he's in there to try and finish.
Yeah, and suddenly the tide seems turned, because it's a long time since I remember Bodnar being in trouble. As he say that, fishes the hips under, looking for the armbar again.
Same situation as before, same position. However, Alex is in a better spot because he's on top. Okay, maybe not as much now. Now he's in a bit of trouble.
Rolls him over, looks for that arm. Wow.
Oh, nice. He needs to get to his knees. Oh, he's up. He's up.
Great work from Bodnar. But is he in a triangle now? Difficult to see from a vantage point if that far arm's in. Yeah. I don't think it is. Is he in the triangle there?
It's a loose triangle, but he's tightening it up. He has to be careful.
Has he got both hands in? It's very difficult for us to see. It's right on the other side of the cage.
He's got his right arm out, I think, there. Yeah, he's got his right arm out. It is still tight there, though. It's really tight. The angle, that's not an angle that you want.
No, complete at 90 degrees, but seems to be surviving there, Bodnar.
Chris was switching to an armbar there. Oh, he's got
yeah, no,
careful.
That's very tight, isn't it now?
10 seconds.
Really toughing it out, Bodnar. Oh, he's got a gap there now. Now it's got inverted. He should be fine.
Nice.
Wow, what a fantastic back and forth fight. Going to be very interesting, very difficult fight to score as well, obviously. And you know it's a difficult fight to score when Brian Adams picks his fighter up and does the walk. He knows that's close. He's a very experienced coach. But either way, whichever way this fight goes, fantastic show of talent from both fighters, Colin.
I agree with you. I mean, Chris looked really frustrated. You know, he hit the mat, and I think maybe he knew he didn't do enough.
Yeah.
I'll say one thing, I really liked his guard. I mean, it's very rare you'll see a guard used like that. His hips were really nice. He didn't just move his hips, but he got right underneath his opponent from every position. You know, he was right up against the fence, where a lot of people would prefer to stand up or maybe just not try, you know, because of the fence, but he really went for it.
Yeah, fantastic fight. A very close one for our judges to score. As we pass over to our MC for the evening, Ricky Wright with the official verdict.
And after 3 rounds of action, handed gold to the judges' scorecards. For your winner by split decision, in the blue corner, Alex Bodnar. And let's go up your winner, Chris Heaney.
I can see a split decision. We could argue either way. 2 and 3 is a close round. 3, yeah. 3's a close round. Yeah, 1 and 2.